of the West. Romans were actually the biggest ignorant people at that time. They couldn't even write their own names at that time.
Yeah.
And they were, in witchcraft and burning women. And oh my God, I'm not.
Dark ages of.
No, the dark ages started later than that. Dark ages were really
dark ages.
So people were not gonna, there was no parallel narrative.
Yeah.
And even if there were, this was the superpower of the world at that time.
Yeah.
A lot of people wanted to be Shafi in England at that time.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of people wanted to be Jabir ibn Hayyan in Spain, in Abu Sina in France.
Yeah.
And Shafi was dictating the actual construct of thought. And they were, by the way, the biggest critiques of each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So one follower should have hated of Shafi, should have hated Hanifa, but they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the beauty.
That's not the beauty. It was the way the hierarchy works. They were both representing the same node on the hierarchy.
Yeah, but still,
and of course, their immediate followers did hate each other. There were a lot of fights. But the general mass did not have a polar behavior when it comes down to both of them. Here,
they were more tolerant.
Yeah, but when Ashraf Ali Thanvi started to talk about the real thought leadership, the school of Bareilly had to go blatantly against him. So much so that there was a fatwa for all the Deobandis to be kafir.
Yeah.
But again,
let's talk about the mullahs of the time of Akbar. And then Mujaddid al-Ifsani coming into
There's the exception. It's an outlier. The regular mullahs were all political.
Exactly.
Those were the reason why we are the way we are. Mujaddid al-Ifsani was an exception. And that's why he became what he became. Because, see now, there were a lot of Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khans at that time. And this was the only guy who was like, you know what, I'm going to clean you guys up because you guys have tampered with the core philosophy of religion. It's not politics anymore. You guys are playing around with religion. And Mujaddid al-Afsani was a pretty old man at that time, so he was not really angry at the way they were doing politics. He was angry as soon as they started toying around with the construct of religion, theology, basically. And by the way, all mullahs were against Mujaddid al-Afsani.
The normal mullahs, the political mullahs at that time. All of them were like, what are you doing, man? You're fighting against Ilahi.
Just like the current day Yemen. Or Pakistan.
So the question stands: why should we or shouldn't we hate?
No, we should hate the Maulvi, because he's not going to clean up his act. He represents the only real philosophy, and if he cannot climb the ladder from there, then we should hate him. It's not about what is he doing. I ever doubt the intent of the Maulvi. I think he's the only clean intent person in the world. However, what am I going to do with intent? If you cannot play the game with the finest tools in the world, in the history of the planet till the day of eternity, the day of judgment, you got the finest tools, and you can't read even your own book. You know what I'm saying? And you can't reason yourself out of the bigger game, then I'm sorry, you didn't really earn the right.
So what about the preachers of the current times? Like we've got to start the Numan Ali Khan. And the whole lot which is now preaching in USA, UK. What about them? Because they're in a difficult situation. They're in the era where everybody wants them to be apologetic, and they by default are apologizing for everything that's happening in the Muslim world. If anybody does that,
I think Numan Ali Khan and Shabir Ali and Bilal Phillips. They are the prime example of how serotonin works. They are the example.
Makes sense.
The biggest indicator of how serotonin.
But see, we need to understand this. They live in a country. There are two ways of doing that. If you live in a country